Hello, Assalamu alaikum. My voice is clear. So, Ms. Parwar, you present in the class. Ms. Parwar, you present in the class. Mm,
Yes, I'm here.
So, why are you answering so late? If you are present and you can recognize your practice. Okay. So, mashallah, hmm, according to your first practice of ba, including alif and ba, it's very good. Mashallah. Just one thing that I said, in between alif and the ba, the next letter, there should be one nukta distance. Okay, so try to keep up with that as well. And so, in that case, this was the like actual placement of your letter according to the one nukta space. So, ba is good, mashallah. Just this angle is causing so much problem. This one, okay, and this one. Okay. I said, starting angle of bar, it was not too much straight like this. Okay, it's completely straight. Not too much tilt like this. Okay, both are extremes. Okay, keep in mind these things. This was a general explanation. Like, okay, this explanation is for everyone. It's not for just one student. When I said, just like in alif, okay, I told like alif is not strictly straight, not strictly slanting. Okay, it should fall somewhere in between, and it's not even like uh straight in the in the slanting direction. Okay, it has a slight curves and this thing as well, so it should be in between. In between lies the like the strongest and the the most perfectness and beauty of the khat. So it shouldn't be straight, and it shouldn't be too much like this. It should be not too much like this, not too much like in between. Slightly, okay. This is straight, just a slight. Okay. So this was it starting like this. Okay. And now this whole part it's too big. I said I told about the measurement of this part. It should be how much? Two cut. Okay, so it should be two cut, and I think two cut they are completing here. This part I told the first part that we make, its height is approximately two cuts, and from here we join its next part. Okay, so this should be considered not larger than two nuktas or two cut, not too much smaller. Now it is looking too much big. Okay, and this part, this is its angle. It's too much this way. Now check this angle as well. This is it starting. This line is going, and this line, this angle, it is also going in the. It feels like this is also going in the same line. So now we have these two lines going parallel. Okay, and these are in this direction, not too much. Now if you can see this too much. Okay, so it should be like this. Okay, got it? First of all, these two
Yes.
nuktas, these two cut, it is looking too large, and this angle is too much. It's too much, in this like slanting direction. It should be like this. And both of these two have feel like they have some sort of connection. This is also should be considered. And this joint, it's overall it's looking weak. Okay. It feels like you didn't stop the column and you tried to write it like this. Okay. But the thing is, at this point, you have to stop the column and start it like this. Just this point, you can do some touches to make it strong, like this. Mm. Mm. So you can make this part a little less. Oh, this part from here. Now check, I have changed its angle. Okay, and reduce from here as well. Okay, carefully see this marking. Now, this part, it's looking weak. Okay, like, this is looking thick and it's like, somehow it's looking so much different. Okay, like there shouldn't be too much differentiation in this. It should feel like it is going in the flow. So here in your bar, it feels like the flow is too weak or it has break. Okay, like see, it is gradually decreasing its thickness and going to its ultimate ending and making the circle here. But see, so it should be flow and rhythm. Okay, these things are very important as well. Now check. Now it is like gradually decreasing. Okay, I think you made some more touches, and according to your bar, this is also like too big. Like now we had this point, so it is coming here like this. Okay, and make nukta strong too, like this. And your relief, it's mashallah pretty good. This part just can do some slight touches. Okay, and it's still ahead from its middle line. It shouldn't be that much. Okay, this top corner of that, it should pass its, this is the middle line of its thickness, like this. Okay, overall it's good, mashallah. Keep it up and improve these things. Okay, this portion especially, this is making your bar weak. Okay, or weaker.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so Miss Yasmin, are you present?
Assalamu alaikum. Yes, I am.
Alaikum assalam. Hmm. Okay, so first of all, there should be at least one nukta. Okay, it is now too much close, and if this is the line, okay, so like this. Okay, try to maintain this composition too. It's very important. Okay, now it is looking like this whole nukta. It should be in between. There should be a little more gap. Should be remained here at least one nukta according to your column. Now, if we see your bar, uh, hmm, first of all, starting again, it is too much like this. Okay, like too much in this way. It shouldn't be like I told to the Previous student shouldn't be too much straight and too much tilt angle. This, which is the correct angle. And then the second thing is, in this part there is too much curve. Okay. Just like, keep in mind this thing, just like I told in the leaf. What have I told? It shouldn't be too much straight, it shouldn't be too much curve. It should be, somewhere in between. So again, it shouldn't be, if you place your column, it shouldn't be too much straight. Now it is too much straight. Now it is too much curve. Okay. So both are extremes. You have to avoid extremes. And that's the difficult part. Okay. That's the difficult part. And that's the beautiful part also. Okay. If you practice it and like in between, you just can't, directly reach it. You have to do a lot of practice. So now it's not too much straight, not too much curve. Okay. Like if you see, for example, this part is looking too much straight. This one it's looking, there is too much curve. In this part, there is also a curve. Okay. This thing indicating it's not straight, but it's not too much curve as well. Okay. So try to reduce this curve. And I have did this, so I'm going to reduce it from here as well. Just this thing. Okay. There is too much this thing. Just I told this thing like this. Okay. And now in this part, in this portion, there is too much like, there is a too much like what we called like, the roundness. Okay. There shouldn't be too much roundness. I said this part, like when we touch the column, this part shouldn't be pointy. Okay. Where sometimes when we place column like this, there, there is a sharp edge here. So we do some touches to avoid this sharpness like this. But it doesn't mean you make it too much round here. Okay. Like see, there is so much roundness. Again, the same thing. There shouldn't be too much roundness as well. There shouldn't be present. And again, there shouldn't be too much sharpness also like this. Okay. Like this. See, this is sharp edge now. Both are extreme. Okay. There should be in between. Again. Okay. And now, if you see, like, check the thickness, like from here to here, it looks same. So now what the thing is, and also if I draw same line, there is so much straightness in your bar in this part. Remember, two things I told. Tell me what are the two things that I said should be present in the like real or classical calligraphy or in the real khat. What are the two things that should be present?
The it shouldn't be sharp edges, and also it should we make the letter into three parts.
Yeah, that was about solo script. Uh, I told like there are two fundamental things that is like you can say a sign of the real calligraphy that should be present. Okay, you remember that I told first one was there shouldn't be any straight lines. Okay, you remember that. And one more thing I told, if we divide like if we divide any letter into one part, you know not even one part, look, not even two parts are related to this. For example, in Ali, when we divide into it part, both of these parts are not same. Okay, they are different from which and which. And even if you check this, for example, this, here thickness is different, here is different, here is different. Okay, so every part is different from this, it is different from this. Okay, so This thing should have, okay, it should be present in your khat because it defines the real calligraphy. In real calligraphy there is no straight line, okay, and there, like if we divide the parts into it, there not even, one part is going to be same. So now the thing is, this bar, has straightness, so it is going outside our classical calligraphy straightness. And one more thing, if we divide, like, this part into this part into this part, all board, they have the same thickness. So again, this concept is also, so both things, they are like, making your khat weak. Okay, so like, it's making your khat out of the real calligraphy. Now see, if I made a line from here, maybe it looks straight, but if you carefully see, it is not. Okay, at every part, it's not straight. Again, again, keep in mind, it shouldn't mean, when I said it's not straight, you don't have to make it, a complete bowl type shape. Okay, it is also an extreme. Shouldn't be perfectly straight. Okay, and it shouldn't be perfectly round or curve. Okay, it should be like somewhere in between. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. And now the second thing is, like I told, in Sulus, like whole this, we have six nuktas, we divide into three parts, or even you can divide at any part. Okay. Like if you see every part at every my column go, its thickness is different from this, from this. Gradually, changes. Not even like see this part. See, gradually decreasing, gradually. Okay. So it's not same at every point. This part, only like the same part that we draw the depth nukta. This part has like the maximum, you can say, the thickness, or like it has the maximum weight. Okay. Besides that, we have not full column. Like this is our maximum weight. And if you see beside that, it's not full column. Check. There is slightly less. In this, almost we have. Okay. So this difference should also be present. And here we can do some touches to make these parts more strong, like this. Okay, see at every part, it changes, like, it's the movement of your color shouldn't be same. Okay, like from start to end, it is just looking the same. So that's also, making your khat weak, and you are going out of the calligraphy. It is also, it should be more deep slightly. And like it feels like it is going upward. Okay, and it's not making the circle, so its ending is looking weak slightly. It is good slightly inside there. Okay, keep in mind these things and try to focus on my this mark line. Thickness also varies, and Straightness should also be eliminated. All these things, they collectively make your khat strong. And there is also, eliminate this roundness as well. Okay. Overall, it's good. Mashallah, improve these things. Now, this is the center of our ba, and with one nukta gap, nukta should be present here. This is its correct placement. Okay, and make nukta strong. So, Alif is good, mashallah. Just like, some changes. At, after this part, it's looking like it is narrowing from here and here as well. Okay, it's feeling like. So it shouldn't feel like at first part is like, and at this part, it is gradually coming to its end. This is its actual shape. And this should be a little less thick. Hmm. So it's slightly, going this way. And this part is small. Like this. Okay. This is also a little extra. Check this mark line. Okay. Overall, it's good. Mashallah. Keep it up. Okay. So, Taskia, are you present in the class?
Assalamu alaikum. Yes, I'm here. Assalamu alaikum. You hear me?
Walaikum assalam. Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay.
I heard it. Okay. So, mashallah, it's good. Uh, one thing like, it's still from your practice, from your relief. It seems like, you're struggling with the kalam also. Okay. So it is also important that, your kalam tip should be good. Okay. Uh, hmm. This part, it looks good. The thing is, it lacks the clarity. Okay. Like, lacks the kalam. Okay. If we are going away from the kalam, we are also weakening our khat. Okay. In calligraphy, like, this is the ideal tool of the calligraphy kalam. So you have to, like, you have to show the relation with the kalam. Like, whatever, even if it's they're slightly wrong, but still, it feels like, this now. If you compare this, it feels like this line has drawn with the kalam. But if you see this sorts of thing, it looks too much artificial. Like, you made it with too much touches, and you like made with too much doubling of the kalam and all these things. Okay. So there can be slight differences. Okay. So that's okay. But, overall in your letter, there should be some clarity. Now, if you see, there might be, some gaps, but I can fix it with touch. But still, if you see, it feels like this part, we have drawn this with, we have write this with kalam. Okay, and again with the taj. Okay, check. It feels like, this part, this is this thing present in this thing. Okay, and again, this part also. This also feels like, okay, like it has some shape. Okay, like it has some connection with the column. That's the thing. Okay, that's the clarity that you have to show in the leaf, that you have to show in the letter. Okay. Like, it somehow, it looks alif. Okay, but in calligraphy, the clarity, the writing with kalam, all these things, they have a very huge importance. Okay, so it shouldn't be ignored. These are very important. So in the uh, shape of this alif, at first, it was going good, but like in this part, if you see, suddenly, like it has too much thickness. Okay, like if you see, if you can divide it into parts, none of these are same, but still, it shouldn't feel like at some, it is too thick, and then it is suddenly becomes thin. Okay, they also, like you are also again going, against the khat. Okay, like you are breaking the flow. Okay, its overall shape. So there is slightly outside, but not. You don't have to promenade this thing like this. Okay. And in the same way, according to your column, the thing is this alif is too much thick. And this is happened because when we place column, instead of like this, I'm utilizing half thickness of my column. Okay. Like this is my cut. Okay. Cut. And see, this is my full thickness of column. One cut. Okay, full thickness is equal to 1 is equal to cut of my column. So now see, this is half thickness, half cut. Now instead of this, if I start like this, instead of this, if I start like this, now I'm not utilizing half cut thickness. Now I'm utilizing more thickness. You can check it. It is just, even more than, like, just a slightly smaller than full cut. So it is too much thick. It's because instead of this, you are writing starting like this. Okay, so again, it's an extreme. It's too much thick. It shouldn't be too much thin like this as well. Okay, in between. That's the thing. Okay, so according to your column, it is thick. So we have to make it thin from here as well. And we are also bringing its clarity and all these things as well. Like this. Okay, check now. Now, this is again, okay, like just like your starting of alif. It, instead of this, it is like this, just like this. Your Taj, instead of like this, it is also looking like this. Okay, this is not the angle of Taj, and for that, I have told one thing. I am going to draw a line, middle, just middle of its thickness of my area. This is just middle it. Now the top corner of Taj, this thing, should pass through this line. This is also looking big. Just this. And this is also, this part I told this should be two cut of your column. It is small. Somehow here I think we have completed our two cut. And this other thing, this thing that you made. Okay, this is also too much small. Okay, it should be, I told, like not full cut, slightly smaller than full cut. This two-third of your cut. It's greater than the half cut. And that's the thing, okay? There should be a clarity, a proper shape in your relief, in your letter. So that cut is also looks strong. At this point, it is near to it. Okay, are you getting it? These are little things, but like like the changes, they are like slightly right left to your relief. But the thing is, Even these slight changes, they create a huge difference. Okay, they are very important. They create a very, like, significant role in your khat. So improve these things. And uh, mm, before our next class, like before Sunday, try to send me one more your final practice of alif. Okay, and then you can also add ba. Okay, but before that, they're like, try to, like, really focus on these things. Okay, like the clarity and all these things, and try to send me one more time. You can send that in inbox or in the group. Okay, so keep it up. These are little things, so focus on that. And if there is a problem of the column, you can watch the recording. Okay, you can just, you just have to sometimes sharp the cut. Okay, sometimes our, by writing it again and again, our cut, it is not like, it makes round and it is not making the proper line, or proper, not utilizing its proper or full thickness. So, like, at some point the ink remains, you know unwritten, and at some point it's separate too much, so it is causing also problem. So if that's the case, so improve that also. So all these things, they are very important in your learning. Hmm. Okay, so any question, or any student in weekday class, there is a lot of problems with the students. Maybe, I think, maybe we can just switch to weekend class, or let's see how it goes. Hmm. So, Laura Ibrahim, have you done any practice? No, this, both you, Farwa, and Miss Yasmin, try to understand this relationship. Okay, and check, thickness is. I think it's not the same from all the point. Now, check even in this bar, you can see, like, it's not the same from everywhere. Okay, so that flow, this thing, this strongness should present in your khat. This is very important. Okay, so I think all the other students, they have already texted me that they are at work. So inshallah, we are going to conduct our next class on Sunday. Till then, do your work and practice and focus on these little things. They are very important. Okay, and you can check me your practice in the, can send me your work in the inbox too. Okay, so focus on these things. Okay, and like, try to understand it after writing. Compare it with the lesson, with the picture, and check check and analyze, like, where I'm lacking, where should, I have, I should make, where should I have to make the improvement. Okay, what is the point, what is the thing that, is not present in my letter. So try to, write it again and again, do it again and again, compare it, watch the recording, and so do all these things. Okay, so this is very important. And overall, those students, those who are sending their practice, So at least they are better than those that they are not even sending. So that's why it is saying, like, even if you are going at slow pace, at least you are going. So this is also very important. Okay, like that's why I told, try your best. There may be, like, there can be an emergency, but still you have to try your best for at least two classes, attending two classes in a week. And also, if you can, like, uh, for some genuine reason you have to miss the class, still you can send at least two times practice in a week. Okay, so try to make this habit. It is very important for your learning. Okay. Okay, so inshallah we are going to class on the next week. Okay. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.